Hello, dear viewers. Namaskar. Welcome to MOKSHA Media. You are with MOKSHA Hiremat. Last time I told you something about Pindajnaana. This time I would like to tell you something about Pindajnaana Sthala, which is the second one in 101 sthalas of Siddhanta Shikhamani. Of course, you know Siddhanta Shikhamani is the magnum opus of Veerashaivism. It is in the language of Sanskrit. It is said to be composed in the 8th century of Common Era. The content of that Siddhanta Shikhamani is well thought out and it is propounded deeply in a philosophical and spiritual way. Of course, that jiva is there in the body, but that jiva doesn't become a pinda. That a soul should live in that jiva. In order to live in jiva, that the jiva should be sanctified. Without the inspiration of Shiva, that jiva would not be sanctified. That the spirit of Shiva must be there in order to sanctify jiva. Then only soul could live in that jiva. Then only that jiva would become a pinda, and that is what we call Pindajnaana. The knowledge of Pindajnaana is also very important. So that is why Siddhanta Shikhamani composer told us Pindajnaana Sthala. In the Pindajnaana Sthala, body, jiva, soul and Shiva are there. But that is not enough. If body is there, that is not enough. If jiva is there, is not enough. If a pinda is there, is not enough. But one should have the knowledge of that body, pinda and Shiva, soul and Shiva. One should have the differentiator knowledge of these things. Then only one could understand that Pindajnaana Sthala properly. Of course, in a Pindajnaana Sthala, one should grasp the body, jiva, pinda, soul and Shiva. It should be grasped through I notion. That means I means self. We have the sense organs. That is, we talk of Panchendriyagalu, Panchamahabhutagalu, Panchagrahayagalu, etc., etc. Is it? We have the senses. Those senses are active when we are awakened, when we are in the awakened stage. Of course, those sense organs are there when one sleeps, but they are not active. They are simply there, but they cannot be activated. Like that, these sense organs are there in our life, but if we do not activate those sense organs, it is not possible to understand the soul and other spiritual things. That is, we feel that we can activate sense organs, but that is not. That Shiva should activate those sense organs when we are in the awakened stage. That means that in Pindajnaana Sthala, body, Jiva, Pinda, soul and Shiva are very important. Body has the Jiva, Jiva becomes a Pinda, and that Pinda becomes sacred for soul. Soul is eternal, soul is immortal, whereas body is mortal. And only Shiva can initiate it, only Shiva can inspire it. When Shiva inspires it, sense organs or Pinda, then only a soul in the transitory body would become an eternal one. Of course, that a soul is a transitory one in the body. In order to make the body sacred for soul, that Shiva should inspire these sense organs, and once the sense organs are inspired in the awakened stage, then we can come to know the things of Jiva, soul and Shiva. The knowledge of this differentiation is very in Pindajnaana Sthala. So, in the first stage, in the first Sthala, we have made Pinda, we have made Jiva to become a Pinda in which soul lives. In the second Sthala, we have made that Pinda has the knowledge of soul and Shiva. One should have the knowledge of this body, Jiva, Pinda, soul and Shiva, then only we can say he has gained to a little extent the Pindajnaana and etc. So, this stage is called Pindajnaana Sthala. Of course, like this, Shivayogi Shivacharya goes on and on identifying the stages one by one in Siddhanta Shikhamani. Of course, Siddhanta Shikhamani propounds the philosophy of the vision of energetic, unique, non-dualistic vision. That is, in Sanskrit or in Kannada, we say it is Shakti Visishta Dvaita. Of course, it is the combination of Shakti, that is energy, it is the combination of uniqueness, that is Visishtate, it is the combination of Advaita, that is to be at God and to become a god at the end of the life. It is not that much of easy to achieve these things. In order to achieve these things, one should follow the understandings one by one properly. In this background, the knowledge of Pindajnaana Sthala becomes important. But you see, most of the persons don't understand Pindajnaana Sthala and Pindasthala. They understand Pinda means body, but body doesn't become a Pinda. And that's why one should have the knowledge of that Pinda, and having the knowledge of that Pinda, he can go to the next step mentioned in the one and mentioned in Siddhanta Shikamani. Of course, Shivayogi Shivacharya mentioned 101 sthalas in Siddhanta Shikamani, which goes one by one, which climbs one step, the next step, and the next step. So like this, that Shivayogi Shivacharya goes on and on, revealing the understanding to achieve, to become, to be at Shiva and to become a Shiva at the end. So that is why the knowledge of a Pindajnaana Sthala is important. So one can go step by step, understanding these things, then only one can have the complete revelation of spirituality and etc. But it requires some other things to understand, to follow these steps. But if you are in the field of that, automatically you can try to understand them properly, and in a proper way you try to follow them and pursue them. That is what most of the persons try their best in their lives, to understand these things one by one. So what I am doing is a step in understanding these sthalas one by one and trying to follow the path of sanctity, and of course to have at the feet of Shiva and to become Shiva at the end of life. So these are the certain stages. So that is what we see in the energetic, unique, non-dualistic philosophy of Shivayogi Shivacharya, who composed what Renukacharya, who composed of the sayings, who composed of the dialogues, taken place between Renukacharya and Agastya says. Whatever happened between Renukacharya and Agastya had been composed in the form of slokas in order to understand the life, spirituality better and better. To make it life and society beautiful, these understandings are very important. That is why we can go understanding these sthalas one by one as the time comes on and on. Of course, I think this much is enough, and next time I will pick up another topic, another sthala, and be before you. Please subscribe and share, and thank you. See you in the next episode.